Hi, parents. It's Mrs. Kim. I'm sorry I didn't put up a video for you last week. I'm going to be honest, it's been a tough couple weeks. You all know that my mom has dementia, and it was just a bad week. We'll just put it like that. But things started getting better yesterday and today, so I'm really happy about that. And I had some behavior issues with one of my children, who I shall not name, that really took me back a bit. It's hard when you're the behavior specialist and you fail at doing, something for your kids, something with your kids. It's hard. So I totally get you. Some things work, some things don't. We haven't found what works yet, and we've been trying for about a year now. So hopefully, cross your fingers for Mrs. Kim. Or Kim, you guys just call me Kim. What am I talking about? So cross your fingers for me that things will get better. But I just wanted you to know I make mistakes all the time with my kids, and I try all the techniques that I'm telling you, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. So I just keep pulling from my, we called it the behavioral toolbox. I just keep pulling it. Pulling things from that and trying and trying and trying and trying again. And then I ask other people for advice, and I try things that they tell me. And so I try to get advice from anybody I can. So if you guys have any tips, we'll just call it following directions, that works for you, please let me know. I learn more from your children than I ever learned in college. So if you can help me, I would love that. I'm learning Spanish from a lot of you parents. So please, and you're all much younger than I am, and you have a very different perspective than I do. So I would love to hear anything that you have advice on. That's, what I wanted to talk to you about today is some weeks are good and some weeks are not. And we have to adjust ourselves to that, which is very hard, right? Because, we're grown, we're adults. We know, or we think we do, right? What's the best way to do things. And we know, what works with us, right? For our boss, and getting something done. Like, we know a way that will motivate us at home with our, our spouses, or, our significant other, or even just with the kids. It's like, you feel like you know what works, and then something just comes along and shoop, just levels it all and undoes all the work that you think that you've done along the way. And I just wanted to tell you this week, don't give up. I have been giving that advice to my mom and my dad this week. Don't give up. Find a way. Find a way to make things work, and that doesn't frustrate everybody. I think I've told you all, the first thing that they teach you in special education is there is not one answer or a one-size-fits-all for every child. And that actually that actually holds true for all the relationships that we have in our life. Like I said, you think something's working, and then all of a sudden you're just brought back down to ground level, and you have to start over from scratch. And it happens. It does. It happens. Like I said, it happens with kids. It happens with adults. It happens with everybody, where we think, even especially ourselves, right? We think we're on the right path, and then it's like, something opened your eyes and you're like, oh my God, that whole time I thought I was on the right path. I wasn't. So, my message to you this week is, if you come to a fork in the road and the one side doesn't work that you've chosen, go back, pick the other way. There might be many paths that you're going to try to take. Like, say you're trying planned ignoring and it's working and you're on your path. And then all of a sudden it stops working. Well, what do? You go back to where the fork in the road and you try another path until you find the path that is successful. I will tell you that for several days this week, my dad and I were trying to figure out what is the right path. And for 3 days, we took a path that was not right, and we didn't find the right thing. We didn't do the right thing. And it was very difficult because, we're dealing with my mother's emotional well-being and her physical well-being, and we just weren't getting it right. And, we felt defeated and conquered and like, why is this happening? What are we doing? What are we not doing? And so that's the message this week is, if it's not working, don't be afraid to go back and try again. After the 3 days, we figured out something that worked a little better, so that, things are starting to go in the right direction again. And that made us very happy, because even if you see, like I tell you guys, even if you see a minimal amount of improvement, it's improvement. It's getting better. If your frustration level goes from a 10 to a 9, it's improvement. It's going in the right direction. If your child's frustration or whomever you're working with goes from a 10 to a 9, you're doing it. You're moving in the right direction. I think we hope that things will happen quickly, and when we think that we're on the right path and we're like, yeah, all right, we got this and we're moving in the right direction, and then something brings it to a halt, it is very discouraging. So that is my message this week. Try not to be discouraged. You're not beat. You're not down. You can think of something else. Talk to other people. Reach out, and see if they have any ideas for you too. That's what, I told you, I've really been doing in the past week. I've been reaching out for help from different people. One of my best friends is a nurse who works with all of her patients have dementia, so I go to her a lot. I have another friend who is a caregiver for someone who has dementia, and I talk to her, what's working, what's not, just to be getting ideas. With, like I said, with my own kids, I'm asking my friends. I asked you, do you have any ideas? I can't give the specific situation just because of, their privacy. And just like I would never talk about your children with others, I would never talk about mine and their specific situations with others. So I can't be more specific, but just a general direction following. Like I said, I'm reaching out to you. Do you have any ideas? So my message is just don't give up. I think I got so frustrated. I didn't want you all to see me like that, and that's why I didn't make a behavioral video. But, in hindsight, maybe I should have. Maybe I should have shown you how frustrated I am. Although I'm really good at hiding it, I tend to always have a smile on my face. That's what I learned in special education. Always try and say it with a smile. So I am really good at hiding it. So maybe you wouldn't have even seen it. But just know that I'm here with you. I'm frustrated at times. I'm sad at times. I cried a lot this week. When things deal with the ones we love, it hurts us, right? When they're hurting, we hurt too. And so I did. I shed the tears that I had to shed. And today I can actually talk to you about it. I can feel like a little bit of teariness, but not like it was even to yesterday. So I want you to know, stay strong. Stick to your behavioral interventions. Stick to your structure. Structure is a very important thing, especially now that we're in a pandemic. If you have a structure and you do bedtime in a certain way, or you do activities through the day in a certain way, keep to it. Because I've noticed when I get off that structure in my house, things sometimes go awry. So definitely try and keep to that structure and use that toolbox that we've been talking about for, I don't even know how many weeks we've been talking about behavioral interventions anymore. I think we're on week 11, but I'm not even sure. We might be on week 12. I know we're past 10. That's all I know. So don't let it get you down. It got me down for 1 week, and I'm sorry that I didn't come to you guys with that. I should have. Like I said, hindsight is 20/20, and I should have come to you and said, I'm frustrated. I don't know what to do, and just maybe let you all help me. But just know you have me. I am, like I always tell you, I am your biggest cheerleader. Woo! And I will cheer for you and I will support you. And a family actually did reach out to me this week, and we worked through a behavioral situation together through text, and it worked, which was the greatest news. So you reach out to me and I'll reach out to you. And you know what? We're all going to be okay. I know it. Just make sure everything you're doing. I told this to my dad because he said, I don't think I'm doing anything right. And I said, are you coming from a place of love? And he said he was. I said, then you're doing everything right. If you're coming from a place of love, even if you make a mistake or it's not the right thing long term, it's the right thing right then, because you're trying to help someone with love in your heart and happiness in your heart, and care and understanding and comfort in your heart. Then you're doing the right thing. It might not feel like it. It might feel terrible. But if there's love behind it, then like I said, you're doing the right thing. All right, families, if you need me, reach out. If you have any ideas for me, reach out. And let's be there for each other. I always say we're all just parents, and we're all just trying, and we all should be helping each other. We all should be helping each other. So if you can help me, thank you. If I can help you, it's my pleasure. But I'm thinking of all of you as I go through my struggles, and hopefully I'm learning so that I can help you. And like I said, I've learned more from your kids than I ever learned in college or anywhere else. It's always been with the kids. When I was a nanny, it was with the kids. When I was a volunteer, it was with the kids. When I was a student teacher, it was with the kids. So, see if maybe you can learn something from your kids too. But I'm passing on my peace and love to you, and hopefully passing on some happiness. But reach out if you need me, okay? I'm here. Kim is here. All right, parents, have a wonderful week. And if you need me, you know where I am. I love you guys. Te amo.